Nate is the co-founder of Leading Trails, a leadership development company with an equine twist, as you can tell. Nate's qualifications include an MBA, Maxwell Leadership Coach certification, and multinational endurance racing championships. He has summited the impossible, leading a horse no one wanted to victory. And is that Indy?
It's his mom.
Okay, Indy's mom. As a certified equine-assisted therapy facilitator, Nate brings strategy, grit, and equine wisdom to break your barriers and equip you to lead with confidence. Nate and his wife, Charlie, believe that leadership isn't born, it's forged. It starts with you igniting self-awareness and purpose to guide others to their summit. As endurance athletes, they know the power of navigating your trail with purpose. Resilience isn't about making things easier, it's about preparing for greater obstacles. They help their customers spark that fire, build unbreakable bonds, and instill trust that transforms lives. Nate also hosts the Leading Trails podcast, which you can find on Apple Podcasts. And he is a Snow College alumnus of not that long ago. Yes. And currently the college alumni relations officer. And I just want to say that Nate is a friend and he's truly a leader that practices what he preaches. So Nate, welcome.
Oh, thanks.
I am going to come a little bit closer just so you guys can hear me. And then go ahead and just get comfortable for a minute, okay? You're gonna stand back up, so don't get too comfortable. If you wanna stay standing, if you wanna enjoy the sun, there's a little bit more sun over here. It's a beautiful day. Thank you, Russ, for that introduction. You're like, I want some sun. There's people over there in their bathing suits getting tanned up. I don't know who they were, but summer's coming. Thank you for that introduction, Russ. Like you said, I'm Nate. I want to give just a little bit into what I do, and then we're going to get a little bit more interactive, okay? I'm seeing some papers come out. You are going to want to take notes. And on your notes, I want you to write 3 words. Space them out so that you can put content underneath those 3 words. So you're going to put a word on top, word in the middle, and word towards the bottom. You ready? Almost. Word number 1, why? Question mark. Then mid-page, how? Question mark. Then on the bottom page, what? Question mark. By raise of hands, who has started a business? By raise of hands, who wants to start a business? What? Why are you in the entrepreneurship seminar? I'm just kidding. Hopefully that's everybody, right? Hopefully that's everybody. And if that doesn't entice you, this is going to entice you. The whole thing about Leading Trails is that in order to lead the way, you got to lead within. If you're going to lead a business, then you need to know how to lead yourself. And if you think that someone's going to follow you and you don't have the confidence to follow yourself, then you might need to rethink that. Does that make sense? Nod your head if that makes sense. Why does that make sense? Why would you want to be able to lead yourself before you can lead others? We're jumping right into it. What do you think? Why would you want to lead yourself before you lead others?
If you don't know how to lead yourself, you're not going to be able to lead others.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you may try to do it. You may try to lead a business. You may try to lead the team. But what do you think the team's response is going to be? They're not going to follow, right? I deal with that every single day with these 1,000-pound animals. If I'm not ready to lead within, nothing's convincing him that he's going to follow me. He doesn't want to follow somebody who's not a leader, okay? He just doesn't. I'm going to get into that a little bit deeper, okay? And so on the things that you've written if you are going to lead yourself, then you need to answer these 3 questions. You need to answer your why. This is personal. Your how, also personal, and your what. This is personal. If you can do that, then you can do a business. Businesses are incredible at figuring this out. They have a why, they have a how, and they have a what. Let me outline it for you, okay? The why for a business or yourself is this. So by why is a mission statement. If you know a business, that business has a what? A mission statement, right? Apple has a mission statement. Nike has a mission statement. Tesla has a mission statement. They are so good at their mission statements. They are so clear and they're very unique. Who here has a mission statement? Personal mission statement. Anybody? Oh, yes? Do you mind sharing? It's okay, you can pass. It's all good. Who else has, okay, I see a few hands. Great. Okay, this is, the whole reason of this framework is to make this intentional for you, okay? Now your how equals, put this by the how question, core values. You need at least 3. I think 3 is a good number. I don't like more than that because then your focus goes other places, okay? So that's the answer to your how. And then the what, and this is what we all talk about. The what is the product or service that you offer. Now, how much time do we spend on the what? How much time do we spend on the how? And how much time do we spend on the why? Usually when you go to business stuff, you're usually talking about the what, the product, the service, the idea, right? But what if you started with why? And how often do we actually start with why? Better question, how many of you know your why? I have a few hands that said they have a personal mission statement, but that wasn't a very resounding like, yeah, I got one. How many of you have ideas for products and services that will improve people's lives? More hands, I think, right? We talk about that a lot. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to start with the why, okay? I want to talk about my why, and then I'm going to talk about my how, and that's where he comes in, okay? So my personal mission statement is lead, live, and love. Very simple. I don't do anything in my life that doesn't allow me to serve that why. The reason why I'm here is because this is a mission-fulfilling experience for me. You do not achieve a mission. If you're achieving a mission, it's not big enough. You can fulfill a mission. So your mission is big, okay? You got to get out of yourself and you got to think big. If you don't think it's big enough, then you got to go bigger, okay? It's a big concept. And it should be able to consume your entire life. A qualifying question for a good mission statement is this, and I would write this down. Would your 8-year-old self be proud of it? And would your 80-year-old self be proud of it? And if you can answer yes to both of those questions, then you probably got a good mission statement. When you're an 8-year-old, you have this big imagination, you can't wait to get started, the sky's the limit, you have all these dreams, right? And then when you get older, reality starts to hit. But then when you're 80 years old, I've never been that before, but you can imagine, you're at the tail end of life. And you're going to look back on those 80 years and you're going to wonder, did I really do what I said I was going to do when I was 8 years old? Well, that decision, the answer to that question happens now. And that's what you have to decide, okay? And so you know you have a good mission statement if your 8-year-old self can be proud of it and your 80-year-old self can be proud of it, okay? And so I define that mission. I love this tree right here, by the way. How old do you think this tree is? Any guesses?
I'll guess 100 years.
Thanks, Kasten. Probably. How deep are these roots?
Pretty deep.
They're pretty deep. They're pretty deep. And this tree has stood through a lot because it has deep roots. Your why is your roots. If you want to withstand trials, if you want to withstand storms, if you want to withstand any problem you're going to have in your life or in your business, your mission needs to be deep. If it's shallow, it's not going to withstand the storm. Indy and I have done some pretty hard trails. These mountains you see out here, we've done them a few times. We'll go up Manti, we'll go up the face here, dip down into Willow Creek, there's that canyon there, and then we go back. 30 miles of training. His mom and I did 100 miles, national championship in 2013. We did another national championship for overall miles in 2006. We have over 3,000 competitive miles together. You can times that by 4 for training. That's a lot of miles with a horse. A lot of miles. There's a reason why I don't have hair that grows on the inside of my calves, because it just wore off. I'm calloused there because of all the saddle sores, okay? We've done a lot together. Our mission is so deep to lead, to live, and to love that we can get through a 100-mile race and still have energy after it. And then go to the next one. We did 5 50s in 5 days. That's 250 miles every single day. 50 miles every single day, 250 accumulatively. Does that make sense? I said that wrong. So we did 50 miles every single day for 5 days. Our mission was big enough to consume all of that pain, all of that struggle, all of the logistics, all of the expense, all of the trial. Our mission was deep so that we could do it. If our mission isn't deep, it's not going to work. If these roots aren't deep for this tree, it's not going to stand. Business building's going to get an insurance claim really quick, but they haven't taken it down because those are deep. And so we trust this tree. People will trust you if you have a deep why. The deeper the why, the deeper the trust. Write that down. The deeper the why, the deeper the trust. Who wants to do business with somebody who's not trustworthy? Oop, my hand's down. Right? Nobody wants that. So if you have a deep why, people are going to want to do business with you. Okay? Okay, before I move on, is there any questions on mission statements and why? There's going to be more questions. I'm going to give you more opportunities for questions, but I don't want to leave anybody behind. Who feels, by raise of hand, they feel like they have a good idea of what their mission statement could possibly be after our 15-minute discussion on this? Okay, a few hands. If you're not raising your hand, is there anything I should know to help you with that process? Now's your chance. I'll give another opportunity here in a little bit. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, go to mid-page. What is it? How. Okay, so if you have your why and it's deep, what is the how? The how is core values. How many should you have? 3. Let me tell you mine. Mine are dignity, vitality, and charity. How do I lead, live, and love? How do I do that? I do it with dignity, vitality, and charity. Casey's like, what does that mean? What does vitality mean? What does dignity mean? I clearly define the core values. Dignity is worthy of honor. Guess who needs to have worthy of honor first? Me. If I don't have it, I can't give it. So who needs to give themselves dignity? Myself. So when I look in the mirror, I don't see my worst enemy. I see my greatest fan. I got to give myself my own dignity. Because if I'm not giving myself dignity, what makes you think someone's going to feel dignity when I'm talking to them? They're not. If it's not here, they're not going to fill it. Okay? Vitality means full of life. Can anyone tell that I'm not passionate about this? It's a lot of work getting this 1,000-pound animal over here. Takes me about an hour and a half to get him ready, pull the trailer over, get him settled at the college arena, then bring him back. Okay, I'm going to use him here in a second. Charity is full of love for me. And not just any fluffy love. Love is hard. Love means hard decisions. Love is a firm boundary. It's to protect anything that might ruin it. So it's not like a free bird there. It's a hard love. That's my definition. Okay, that's my personal definition. Okay. Now this tells me how I'm going to do things. Okay. All right. I want everybody to stand up, and we're going to get in a circle, and I'm not going to be in the middle of the circle. No. Now, I'm going to be at the top of the circle. You guys, I need a nice circle, everybody. And let's have the bottom of the circle be the camera, but don't block the camera. All right. Who wants to be a leader? Okay, if you're not raising your hand, you can be dismissed. I'm serious. This isn't going to be anything meaningful for you. Who wants to be a leader? What does a leader mean? What does it mean to be a leader? What was that? Say that again. Someone who leads. Yes, agreed. What did you say? Choose the path. Guidance. Okay. Is there such a thing as go ahead, Mel. Service. So part of my mission statement is lead to serve, live to become, love to change. That's my mission statement. So I agree with you on the service. Okay. Let me give you a very simple term for leadership. Are you ready? Whoever moves whose feet is the leader. Whoever moves whose feet is the leader. Is there such a thing as a bad leader? Give me an example. Hitler. They always say that. That's like the number one.
Well, he was actually, I think, a really good leader, not for a good cause.
Boom. Exactly. He moved people's feet really well, but it wasn't to a good cause. Very good. And there's a difference in that. What's an example of good leadership? Did you raise your hand? Good leadership. It's like, no! George Washington. Can I just dig on that a little bit? Mothers.
Yeah, my dad and yeah.
And dads. Can I use the example of a mother? There is somebody in your life that really cares about you. And they've sacrificed a lot. Service. They have your back. And I bet you would do just about anything for them because of the leadership they showed you. If we could take that kind of leadership into business, at the very least, bring it into your life. And that's why I'm here. I'm okay if you don't start a business, but after today, we need to have somewhat of an idea of how we're going to bring that kind of leadership into our life. And you already have great examples. Okay? Maybe it's a mom, maybe it's a dad, maybe it's a mentor. And here's what leaderships do. When they have followers, now tell me your name right across from me.
Joaquin.
Joaquin? Did I say that correctly? You would correct me if I'm wrong, right? Good. Good. Now, Joaquin, can you see directly behind you right now without looking back? You cannot. Neither can I. I can't see what's behind me. But Joaquin, guess what? I can see what's behind you. I got your back. Can you see what's behind me?
Yes, I got your values.
Thank you. Thank you. This is how a team works. I don't want to be working with somebody who doesn't have my back. So I got to know you have my back. And so this is just a practice that you can do with your team. Okay? So I want you guys just, I know it's a little awkward sometimes to make eye contact. Sometimes we get stuck doing this and you don't actually look at somebody's eyeballs. But today I'm going to push you a little bit. You're going to look at somebody's eyeballs, okay? You're going to look at their eyes. And I want you to think for a second to that person across from you, I got your back. I can see what's behind you, okay? Now there's a reason why I brought this horse today. Horses are terrified. They're terrified animals. They are so scared that everything's going to kill them. Okay? They're prey animals. They do not hunt, they get hunted. All right? And that's why they're very reactive. They can get really spooky. And that's just how they are. But that's how they've survived for thousands and thousands of years. Running away from anything that's going to kill them. Okay? The only way that I'm going to get this horse to do something relatively awesome is I got to look at him in the eyes and say, hey, dude, I got your back. Now, do you think he understood that? Just barely. No, he's like, quit bugging me. This grass is too good. Right? And so it's one thing to go to Joaquin and say, hey, I got your back. But then you got this follower over here. Hey, dude, I got your back. Do you think he gets it? How is he going to get it? Exactly. Action. So when you think about your core values on how you're going to lead, he's got to know that I have dignity and I'm going to give him dignity. Hey, buddy, I got dignity. You think he gets it? No. I'm full of life. Got a lot of life in me, dude. I'm going to give it to you too. Got a lot of love. I'm just going to love up on you so you feel it. Sounds pretty shallow, doesn't it? Now, I'm not going to do anything crazy with them. Not here, at least. I'm not a trick writer. But I brought him as a show and tell item because what we do outside of presentations is when it really happens. When I go and put his halter on, he's not like, ooh, don't put that on. He's lowering his head. He says, yep, take me. When I take that horse trailer out, he's like, put me in there first. I want to go in there. He has no idea that we might be going on a 25-mile ride, a 50-mile ride. His mom has no idea when I take her out that she might be going on a 100-mile ride. But guess what she does? Take me. I want to go with you. Now he's terrified of everything, but where is he staying? Staying right by me, because I'm going to take care of him. And so what was your name? Leslie?
Lexi.
Lexi? You're exactly right in action. And action means moving your feet, okay? And so I need just a volunteer. All right, let's go over you right here since you're close. What's your name? Hannah. Come over here, Hannah, and you're going to stand in front of this horse, okay? Now, this is a very simple practice. Leadership is what?
Action.
The other definition. Whoever moves whose feet is the leader, but how you move their feet defines the leader that you are. Notice the emphasis on how you move people's feet. You got to answer that on your piece of paper. What is my how? How am I going to move people's feet? Okay? All I'm going to ask you to do is to get him to step back. Now, I don't want forward because horses don't like to go. The horses love to go forward because that's how they run away. Their eyes is on the side of their head so they can look behind them to see how far away the predator is going to get them. But to get a horse to take a step back is actually a big deal for their mentality, because they're not used to stepping back. They're used to running away from things. That's the natural instinct. So you're going to get this horse to step back. Just one step. I don't want 2 steps. I don't want 3 steps. I just want 1 step.
Okay.
It's all yours.
Okay. If you come back, please.
There you go. That was good. And tell him good job.
Good job.
Do it one more time.
Yeah.
Now, that's really nice. Why is he doing that?
I don't know, probably because I'm not yanking it.
Do you have experience with horses?
Not really. I've rid of them, but I just saw you doing it.
Okay.
You kept going back a little bit.
Did you feel a little awkward doing this?
A little bit.
Good. I'm glad you're honest. By the way, when you start your businesses, it's going to feel really awkward. Like, you're going to wonder, like, what am I doing in here, right? Stay here. Okay. Now I'm going to be your horse. Okay. He's a little bit nice. And I'm going to hold on to this. And instead of having me take 1 step forward, I want you to tell me to I'm going to step forward. Okay. You're going to bring me 1 step forward.
Take a step forward, please. Are you a horse or a human?
I'm me. I just want you to have me take a step forward.
Please come take a step forward. Come on. Take a step forward. Please. There's grass over here.
I don't like grass. This is exactly how I feel in presentations. When all of you guys came up, I'm like, okay, what is this? What's the answer to what's your mission statement? Take a step forward. No, I'll pass. No, thank you. Has anyone ever felt, tell me your name again.
Hannah.
Has anyone ever felt like Hannah? Like, come on, I got something cool to do. Why didn't you take a step forward? And no one's taken a step forward. Who's felt like that before? Can we relate? Okay, what are we going to do to engage this?
I don't know. Move the horse.
Engage me.
Engage you. I don't know. Take a step forward.
She said something really powerful. I don't know. So let me ask you this. How are you going to figure it out?
I don't know. Trial and error.
Trial and error. That's a good answer.
What can I do to get you to take a step forward?
Let me send you back to your reservoir. If you know your why and you know your how, start with that. If there's an issue, how can my why help me? How can my how help me? Okay? Do you understand your why and your how?
I think so.
Do you mind sharing a little bit?
Well, like for business or for life?
Life.
I don't think I fully have one. I don't know.
That's okay. Can I be an example? You're going to be the horse now, okay? My why is lead, live, and love. How am I going to do this? This with dignity, vitality, and charity, okay? I'm going to tell you that, but just like telling him, they just might not quite get to Hannah's brain that I'm really serious about these core values. So I'm going to act it out and says, okay, look, I'm all about leadership. All I want you to do is I'm going to have you take 1 step forward. Wow. Okay, why were you so trusting?
I don't know. It's not hard.
You immediately did it. Give me a little, you got to make me work a little bit harder than that, okay? You got to make me work a little bit harder, okay? So I'm going to have you take 1 step forward. Now that step might mean you might lose everything. Or it could mean you're going to gain your wildest dreams. But you're going to have to take that chance. You're going to have that trust. Because you don't know, I know what the result is going to be, but you probably don't know. So I want you to take that step forward into this new life, okay? Would you like to do that today? You do?
Sure.
Well, then step forward. I'm not even having to use my tools or anything. Hannah's so willing. This is great. Now give me just a little bit of resistance, yeah. Give me some uncertainty. Because nothing in business has to deal with uncertainty, right? Everything in business is to deal with it. You never know what's going to happen with the economy, right? So we're going to have some uncertainty. So I'm going to have you take one step. Now notice, I can do this two ways, okay? I can do it without my leadership, my why and my how, or I can do it with it. Let me show you the first example. And you're going to decipher what it is. The first example is without. And I'm just going to look, it's really great over here. You just need to take one step over here. Just a little. Oh, you're not supposed to let go of it. Keep a hold of it and you're just going to come over here. Thank you. Goodness, that took forever. That's the first example. Let me show you example number 2. Now don't let go of the rope. This is with dignity. Oh, that's okay. With vitality. It's really great over here. In fact, I remember when I took that first step and it was really hard for me. But when I did, I got so much clarity. Because when you move your feet, you get clarity. And I really like that. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of pressure because I really think if you just step over here, your life might be a little bit better. And I get the hesitation. What are you hesitant about?
How do you know? How can you prove it?
Well, sometimes you don't know until you take the step forward. So I'm not going to give you the answer to how I know. I just want you to trust me for a sec, right? I'm just going to give you, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to give you just a little bit of pressure here. Boom. There's the 2 examples. I got the same result. I got the same result each example. I got my what. All I wanted her to step forward. We defined the what. The what is the step forward. But the result was the same, but how I did it was completely different. Tell me now, hopefully we're a little bit more comfortable now. Tell me what the difference was. Her will. The first one, I wasn't speaking to her. I was so focused on the result. You just need to take a step forward, right? But then on that second time, like, hey, what's going on? Let me speak to your heart for a minute. You have some hesitation. Can I understand you? I want to understand you. What's going on? Okay. What else? Any other? Go ahead.
Pressure. So like the second one, you're like, well, I'm trying to convince you. I'm putting a little pressure. But this is why. Where the first one is just like pressure, like.
No release.
Yeah.
No release. You want to work with somebody who's just all pressure? It's a great way to get abused. Abusers don't ever release. They always pressure. But when you find the release, hey, no, slow down here a second. What's going on? The result's going to be the same, right? You got to define how you want to be. Now,
We kind of have to wrap it up.
is it an hour?
No, it's 1:20.
Oh, I thought I had another 10 minutes, Russ.
Some of these students might have another class.
That's okay. That was a misunderstanding on my part. Here's what I want you to recognize is define your why, define your how, core values, mission statement. And then that will hopefully give you the life path on how you need to be. And I apologize on the timing. If you want to stay, I'm going to wait for 2 minutes to let anybody else exit. And then I'm going to be done though, okay? And if you have more questions, we'll do that. I apologize.
No, I was just making you a little heads up. It's been so good.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys need to go, thanks for coming. You're free to go. If anyone wants to stay, it sounds like.
Thank you, Hannah. It's good to be with you.
Yep.